your girl, Baby J, your favorite goddess coach, your favorite alien, back at it again with another episode talking about divine feminine energy, baby. Goddess energy, the most seductive energy in the world. On this channel, we learn how to literally become attractive, not just from the outside, but from the inside. Okay, the real law of attraction is the goddess energy, but they didn't want y'all to know that. But I'm here to remind y'all about who y'all really are when you awaken the goddess within you. And in this video specifically, we are going to be talking about the energy of mystery. Being mysterious. When you look at any basic feminine channel on YouTube, one of the tips that they'll give you to be attractive to, usually they're talking about the opposite sex, but this video can apply to opposite sex, same sex, whether you're trying to be attractive and mysterious to your audience or to build a fan base, whatever the case is, these tips can still apply. But the only thing and hesitation that I have in the kind of more basic feminine channels on YouTube is they say that you should act mysterious, okay? Be mysterious and act mysterious. But when we get too caught up into the energy of acting and we're acting mysterious, we actually aren't mysterious. So in your mind, when you're going out and you're practicing all these things in the mirror, like, okay, what to say, what to do, how to talk, and then when you actually go out and the actual person is in front of you, you're thinking like, oh my God, what should I say? What should I do? Instead of naturally embodying the energy of what you would like to be of a person who is magnetic and attractive. So in this video, we're going to reverse engineer mystery and break down mystery to the best of my ability. From my divine perspective, which is talking about energy, which is talking about spirits, we're going to talk about the natural essence and energy of mystery, the dark feminine, because that's what this is really all about. Okay, honey, wake up. Hello. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, that's why I had to throw on the black for y'all, because we're going to also undemonize. We're not gonna demonize the black. Okay, because when we talk about the black, we're talking about feminine energy. I know a lot of y'all are gonna be like, love and light, love and light, love and light, but actually when you study the ancient Chinese philosophy, which really is the ancient Kemetic philosophy, okay, but anyway, when you study the yin yang principle, you learn that masculine energy is actually the light energy and dark energy is actually the feminine energy. And I know when we hear darkness, we think of this connotation of something bad and negative is gonna happen, and that was not for no reason. They wanted us to fear the dark, because if we fear the dark, we're fearing the unknown. That's what it's all about. When you understand the energy, you really understand the energy of darkness, you're stepping back into feeling and emotion and navigating through the unseen realm, okay? And that's when we talk about the divine feminine energy and what it's about. That's when we look at the sun. The sun is the yang energy. We can see it very clearly. It's right up, it's straight up, it's in your face. It's very logical. It invigorates you. It gives you energy. It gives you vitality and power. Masculine energy. But the feminine energy, the moon is where you go to sleep. It's where you relax, okay? It's where your dreams start becoming vivid. It's where you open up to the intuition, and it's where things start to sleep and the environment around you begins to rest, and then you realize how active everything actually is. You actually can hear yourself. And like I said, when we talk about the masculine and the feminine energy, what we're really talking about and what we're really understanding and tapping into is the seen realm and the unseen realm, or the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, right? The subconscious mind controls 95% of our reality. Oh my God, Jay, what does this have to do with feminine energy? I'll tell you what. When you understand the subconscious mind is literally 95% of your brain power, and it rules all of the things that you do without even having to think about it, guess how that can help you in dating and creating fan bases and communities and getting people to really just be attracted to you. Guess what that does? Instead of trying to be someone that people like, naturally you embody the belief into your subconscious mind that you are attractive, that you are mysterious, that you are just alluring. Guess what you end up doing? You'll end up doing things naturally that is going to make that reality happen. You'll naturally be alluring. You'll naturally be attractive and mysterious. You won't have to think and be all up in your head. masculine energy, and you step back into your body and your feeling and emotion, and you allow yourself to embody the energy that's already within you. This is why the feminine energy is so important, because when we talk about the feminine, we're talking about embodiment. Instead of being in our mind, we're back in the body. And when we step back into the body, we step back into our power as feminine beings. So this video is going to teach you that process of how to step back into body. I'm going to give you a couple tips and tricks that is going to reverse engineer mystery so that you can actually naturally become mysterious, so you don't have to worry too much about trying to be it. First, before I get into that, let's talk about a couple principles that we can understand mystery with. So, you know, naturally I'm super into like astrology and stuff like that. And when we talk about literally one of the most magnetic and the sign that actually represents magnetism, right? And I learned that from Jade too. Jade, check her out. She was talking about this understanding that Scorpio is actually the sign that represents magnetism. And I know a lot of people are like, Scorpio, some people don't like scorpionic energy, but if you look at any video that has something to do with astrology, you'll see that Scorpio is always the most viewed, because people are always trying to understand Scorpios, all right? And people are always so attractive to scorpionic energy. So naturally, if you are a scorpionic person, an 8th house person, a plutonic person, you're going to naturally embody this energy. And I've been hearing about this specific energy ever since I was a kid. There was a time when I was younger and I had a coach, and one of the times I was on the court and I remember he was telling me something. I don't even know what I did, but he was like, Jalen, you know, you're so enigmatic. Enigma. And that was the first time I even heard of that word, but I was like, what, really? He's like, yeah, you're enigmatic. I looked on the internet and I was Googling like, what does that mean? And enigma is this sense of tapping into this energy of like, you don't know what a person's thinking. You don't know what's on their mind. You don't know how they feel, but it's very attractive energy because you're not showing the world everything. You're getting the world thinking. So what happens when you step into the mysterious energy, the plutonic, dark feminine energy, instead of you always having to prove yourself to other people, people end up starting to want to prove themselves to you. So like when you're out and you have the person doing all the talking and stuff like that, we're gonna talk about it in the tips. The person that's talking is gonna they're gonna try to impress you, instead of you always feeling like you gotta try to impress them. Like, oh, I did this, I did that, I did that, I did this. And obviously you can talk about yourself, don't worry about it. But there's a certain way to do it. When we understand scorpionic energy, understand that the modern ruler of Scorpio is Pluto. Pluto is what? Pluto is the smallest planet and it's far away. And yet when we understand the astrological meaning of Pluto, we understand that Pluto is literally talking about the most magnetic, powerful energy there is. Even if it is small, even if it is far away, it still is the most powerful planet and has the biggest pull from a magnetism perspective. So what is that telling us, right? What is that telling us? Because astrology and all these things, this is literally just basically telling us parts of human nature and the collective unconsciousness. You know what Pluto rules over? Pluto rules over power, magnetism, and obsession. You know you're in a plutonic relationship where you're constantly thinking about that person. That person's constantly on your mind. You have this pull towards them and you don't know what it is. You just know that you're so drawn to them. And honestly, when I did my research, I actually learned that Pluto is actually not a masculine god, right? And when we talk about the mythology, Pluto was actually a feminine goddess and represented the underworld and understanding wealth from a deep level. Okay, but we're gonna talk about that in my course. Okay, check out my course. We talk about plutonic energy, the dark feminine energy, psychic secrets of seduction, because when you step into this energy, you step into your wealth. And I'm talking abundance, money, and power, and the ability to step back into your feminine essence, okay, from all levels. Because when we understand what the feminine is, okay, we're talking about understanding that the feminine is the unseen realm. Remember that the unseen realm literally makes up 95% of your perspective, of your brain power, just like 95% of this universe is dark matter and dark energy. The only thing that science has yet to completely understand. It's so mysterious, right? It's so mysterious, and yet it creates everything and causes the expansion of the universe. Oh, okay. Another key principle is understanding that the divine feminine is eternal. It's eternal and it's internal based. See, masculine energy is all about what we can see outside of ourselves. It's the physical reality and world. But the feminine is what's happening on the inside. It's going within. So naturally, when you activate this energy within you, you go within. And when you go within, people are like, what's up? Like, people are drawn to that energy because naturally the feminine energy is receptive. It is receptivity. That's why feminine energy is receiving like things from people, but it's also about receiving your intuition, receiving your intuitive downloads, okay? Receiving information from your environment, reflection, okay? When we're in retrogrades, we're in feminine time points when we're supposed to reflect and heal and be a little bit more passive so that we can get ourselves in alignment. The key is never telling everybody everything about yourself. Never give them 100% of yourself. And you do this naturally when you activate the goddess. So let's talk about how to do it. 1, to activate this plutonic, divine, feminine, magnetic energy, you want to live a full life. Because when you live a full life, naturally you won't have time to always be focused on other people. What do I mean by that? I mean, when you live a life when you're doing something and doing things on a daily basis that you love and enjoy. I mean, you're doing things that bring you a sense of passion and fulfillment. You have hobbies, you have passions, you have friends, you have people that you love. You're involved with your family, okay? You going out, you're having experiences. You create a full life, so naturally, you're not always available because you literally are not always available. Because you're already doing stuff in your life that is filling you up on the inside. Because like I said before, feminine energy is always about what's happening within. So if we feel good within and we're having all these feel good hormones in our bodies, we're having all these feel good chemicals going off in our brains, we're all these feel good stuff that's happening inside, naturally that reflects on our outside by people wanting to be a part of it. The person that you're seeking, the people that you want to like you, they naturally will want to come towards you when you feel like you're the party. Magnetic energy 101. So don't be afraid to explore. Explore your passions, explore what makes you feel good, and live a full life. 2, reception. When you step into magnetism, you're stepping into the ability to receive. Your ability to receive people, receive information, and to just receive in general. We talk about this in my video talking about how you actually attract blessings into your life. Because if you don't have an open heart, and if you don't have an open aura and field, you can't attract blessings into your life. If you don't know how to receive and you feel uncomfortable with receiving, whether that's pleasure from other people, gifts from other people, attention from other people, you're talking, and you never hear the other person, lack of empathy, right? You're never gonna be able to receive the good things in life. So we talk about activating the receptive energy within your being, which literally is sometimes also when you're with people, and let's say you're on a date, let the person speak. What you want to do and get used to is you want to ask the right questions that get them to reflect upon their life on a deep level, in a way that brings them back into their body. Like what makes them feel good. Get them thinking about what makes them feel good. And then they're going to attach that feeling of reflecting of what feels good within them and their body with you. They're going to start thinking on a subconscious level that you are the feel good because you make them think about what makes them feel good. So naturally, what do they want to do? They want to be around the feel good. You want to get that person talking, okay? Like the masculine energy loves to talk, all right? The masculine energy loves to talk. And this is something I've been doing for years. I'll ask the right questions that are interesting, not basic and boring, interesting questions that get them to really reflect on an emotional level and not like getting all up in their business, but just having fun with it, right? And just allowing them to see something from a different perspective, but letting them speak, letting them talk, letting them show me who they are. And then as my natural feminine self, I'm going to be receiving their energy and I'm going to be thinking in my mind like, oh, this person is cool, this person is X, Y, and Z, or this person is not it. You allow yourself to step back into receptive mode. Let the person speak. Okay, let the other person do all the talking, but ask the right questions. And that person is gonna be magnetically drawn to you and they're gonna realize that they were talking all day, all night, whatever the case is. And obviously you talk to sometimes X, Y, and Z. And then they're gonna come back in the house and be like, wait, what about her though? And they're gonna be thinking about you all night long because they wanna know more about you. You were able to get them to open up because you had a heart-to-heart conversation. And then they're gonna be thinking about you all night long and be like, I need more of her in my life, and I want to know more about her. They're gonna want to ask you all the questions next time around. All right, the next thing, number 3, sexuality. You become more mysterious and attractive and magnetic when you have a good relationship with your sexuality, which a lot of women don't have. A lot of women have a disconnect from their womb. A lot of issues going in their womb, whether it's on a physical level like yeast infections, BV, and all the infections and fibroids and stuff of that nature, which basically reflects deeper issues with their energetic body, with their energetic sacral chakra, where maybe they don't feel satisfied in life. Maybe they're not living a life that they enjoy. Maybe they don't feel worthy of their desires. Maybe they don't feel worthy in general. Maybe they had a lot of toxic relationships, whatever the case is, that sits in your womb and it's interconnected. Maybe you went through sexual trauma. Maybe you don't feel like your body is good enough. Maybe you feel like you're just not worthy of good stuff. Maybe you grew up in a super religious household that taught you that sexuality was bad. Whatever the case is, a lot of women don't have a good connection and relationship with their sexuality. When we study the sign of Scorpio, Scorpio is what? It rules the genitals. It has a lot to do with sexuality. But understand this. You believe it or not, I know we live in this society that says that men are like so sex crazy and X, Y, and Z. But naturally, sexuality, which is a creative act, right, was a feminine thing. Yeah, I'm talking back in the day, what it really was. It was feminine to actually be connected to the womb. You don't have to go around telling everybody about it, because look at the womb. The womb is not showing, the womb is inside of you. So you have a deep relationship with your womb, a deep relationship with your sexuality. And that's why you see the ancient people in China, they all had yoni eggs. And not just the average people, it was the queens. It was the queens of the royal palace that had yoni eggs. These crystals that they would insert into the womb. I sell them on my store, by the way, itsbabyj.com. But these crystals that they would insert into the womb that would activate their sexual energy, which really activated their pelvic floor, was able to get them connected with their kundalini energy. Yeah. A lot of women have a disconnection from themselves and their womb, and they feel awkward when it comes to their own sexuality. So when you orgasm, whether with a partner or within yourself, and you experience that energy of understanding an orgasm doesn't come from something outside of you, it's something that comes from within you. Naturally, the creative life force energy is attractive. It is magnetic. It activates the sacral chakra, which is the center of attraction in the body. Ooh, they forgot to tell us that, right? So the more that you love your body, you have a good relationship with your sexuality, naturally you become more mysterious, because all that energy is happening within you. All people know and realize is like, wow, something's different about her. They tap into your field, they tap into your energy, and that's why they always gonna wanna come in. Okay? They're always gonna wanna come in, and they're just sniffing it. That's why when you're in a state of ovulation, you're actually more attractive to the opposite sex. Not like saying you should do this or like everything revolves around men. No. I'm just saying, energetically speaking, when you're ovulating, you're more fertile, you know, you're more able to create. People are more attracted to you. All right, and this is something that happens within yourself. So like I said, check out the course that I made, Psychic Secrets of Seduction, because it's a really powerful course. Like, I'm talking really powerful. I told y'all before, I honestly didn't want to put some of the sections that I put in that course, but I have a feeling that the people who actually sign up for the course and watch it through and stuff of that nature are people who are gonna respect that knowledge and information. Cause girl, the dark feminine energy is very, very magnetic and attractive. Okay, so check out the course Psychic Secrets of Seduction down below in the description box. Look at the reviews. That course is bomb, okay? It's giving what it needs to give. If you do the stuff, you're gonna be magnetic, and you're gonna have a good relationship with your goddess energy. Number 4, when it comes to magnetism and mystery, okay, really reverse engineering mystery, you wanna have a good relationship with your intuition, trusting your inner voice, because when we talk about intuition, we are not talking about something outside of ourselves. We're going inward, and the more we go inward, what happens? People want to go inside of us. I mean, yeah, but also people literally want to go inside of you. They want to know what's going on inside of your mind. They want to know what's going on inside of your head. So when you activate intuition, you activate mystery, you activate enigma, you activate alluring energy, and people are actually going to be able to appreciate you for your wisdom. And also when you activate intuition, you'll know instantly who is right for you, who isn't. So you don't have to go through the cycle of having all these toxic relationships. You can just be like, yeah, no, not them. Yep. And it's that simple. And the best way to activate your intuition is to meditate. You want to meditate on a daily basis, because when you meditate, you actually learn how to quiet the mind, or just quiet the moment and step back into the present moment. Because when we talk about intuition, we're talking about clairvoyance, clairaudience. Okay, we're talking about the third eye chakra. And the more that you can actually activate the third eye by noticing. Because, you know, scientists will say that intuition basically is, since we've been alive this long and since we've always been perceiving knowledge and information naturally just by looking at stuff, we have all this data, right? So we have this huge database in our subconscious mind, so that when we see somebody move a certain way, the database in our mind, even though this is not a conscious experience, our database is going to be like, oh, that person's going to do this. But on a spiritual level, when we talk about intuition, it's the ability to see clearly, to have clear vision. And you have clear vision when you pay attention. So sometimes even what I like to do is I like to go outside and I just like to be present. I like to breathe deeply into my body, and I'll just open my eyes and I'll just see all the little things that I can notice. I'll see the trees moving in the wind and the sounds that I hear, and like the distant children laughing in the wind, or whatever the case is, like all the little details. The more you do that, you practice seeing all the little details, the more you'll activate your third eye, which is going to give you access to your wisdom and your intuition. Okay, every woman has a feminine intuition, whether it comes in clairvoyance, okay, clear seeing, clairaudience, okay, you get the ideas, you hear the stuff in your mind, the music, you get the thoughts, you clearly know certain things without having to understand why, you just know the answer. Clairalience, all the clairs, right? Okay, we talk about that in my Wiccan Your Inner Goddess course. You step back into your goddess energy, which is your intuitive essence. That makes you naturally mysterious and alluring and attractive. Because people will be intrigued by you and they want to know what you know. They want to see what's going on in your mind, which makes people want to come inside you. Like, I'm just saying. And the last piece of advice that I have for you to activate natural mystery is to not always tell people about the moves that you're making, but allowing yourself to make the moves anyway. You don't gotta tell everybody everything. This is especially important when it comes to building success. A lot of us feel the need to tell people what we're about to do because we're looking for validation that we can do it. And sometimes that's good and sometimes it's bad depending on your environment. Sometimes subconsciously you don't think you're worthy of the thing, so then you're gonna go tell somebody who you know is gonna shoot the idea down, so that you no longer have the confidence to do the thing. So you use that person to basically self-sabotage yourself. Okay, but that's not everybody's situation. Get used to, instead of talking, walking. This is gonna help you build confidence in yourself, because the more that you actually do the things that you say you're going to do, even if it's just to yourself, this is gonna help you to build that sense of mystery, because people are not gonna always know what you're doing. They're not gonna know your plans, okay? They're not gonna know what it is that you're creating. You just do it and you just put it out there. And sometimes you're gonna have a launch sequence when you have a business and you start dropping hints and stuff like that. You're building mystery. People are intrigued about you. So you never give people everything, but you get used to doing the thing and then showing the people after you did it already. Showing people the results. If you create a stronger relationship with the results versus the idea, then naturally you're gonna do the results and you're actually gonna fall in love with the experience of actually having it in your life. Instead of being so fixated on the idea and imagining it, you say, I love this idea so much that I wanna bring it into real life. Because you're letting yourself be fueled by your passion, and you're allowing yourself to act on the things that bring you passion. Excellent stuff. This is how you naturally build mystery when no one knows your every single move. When you do these things, naturally you will find yourself being more magnetic and more alluring and more mysterious. You won't have to actually try to be mysterious. You won't have to try to be magnetic. This is something that you embody naturally within yourself with a few of these tips, right? And you'll find yourself naturally being an alluring person. And instead of trying to look exactly like someone else or act like someone else, you're just naturally allowing that energy to embody within you. right? It's coming from your aura. It's coming from your body, and it's natural, okay? Because mystery is gonna look different for every person. This is why everybody has Scorpio in a different section of their chart. Regardless, we all still have a part of that energy within us. Look at where you got Pluto energy. Look at where you got 8th house energy. Look at where you got Scorpionic energy. And that's naturally where you're gonna be super magnetic. But yeah, y'all, that's all I got for you. Check out my course, Psychic Secrets of Seduction. Change your life, do the inner work, and your life will change. This is how you actually increase your mystery and your magnetism on that plutonic level, the dark feminine energy. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.